right.
So what's the first trick? We're
kind of running out of time.
And we want to talk to Def Leppard a little bit here.
We got a giant rubber band. We're going to put it around my body, pull it, and whack it. In Finland, it hurts twice as bad because it's so cold during the winter time, so your skin is all freezing.
Right.
But I think we can use some help on this one. And you know how in school when you take a rubber band and you slap somebody with it, it hurts.
It hurts a lot. Now that's a huge piece of elastic or rubber.
I like the collar.
It's like a rubber. It's a rubber band.
It looks like pink panties. You couldn't come up with a better colored rubber band thing?
Well, it's highly visible.
I don't think your mic's working.
So who wants to pull it up?
Oh, not me.
Club Soda Kenny.
Steve C.
Club Soda Kenny will do it.
Club Soda Kenny.
All right. By the way, we're getting video for the website. Here we go.
All right, pull it. No, you gotta go
Kenny.
that way. You gotta pull it more.
Yeah, go to this side.
All right, hold on. Don't let go yet. Don't let go. Hold on, we got to explain. This rubber band device is stretched out about 10 to 12 feet.
Yeah. All right, let's do it.
And, all right, this is going to be on video.
Yeah,
Former child star, you got to get a good shot of this.
All right.
The biggest guy in the studio.
All right.
Listen for the snap.
1, 2, 3.
All right, that had to hurt.
Lucas whining.
You got to be impressed with that, Joe. Come on.
That hurts.
That really had to hurt.
Again. One more time.
One more time.
One more time.
Wow, that had to hurt.
All right, now let's.
Kenny's an animal.
Thumbtack in it.
All right,
Kids will be proud one day.
Wait, his mic wasn't working. What?
Oh,
No. So if you want to really impress us, pull your pants down and lower the band.
yeah, lower it down a little bit.
I wouldn't be proud of that.
Look at the marks on his gut.
Yeah, wow, that's really giving you pink belly there.
You know,
That's gotta hurt.
stupidity has no limits.
Stupidity has no limits.
Kenny can pull that thing pretty far there, right?
Yeah, you can. I think it's about time to whip out the darts and
All right.
the belly.
Throw a few darts at his belly.
Once again, it's the Dude Sins. It's going to be on Spike TV. Kind of like Jackass.
July 6th, 10 p.m.,
Right.
Spike TV and the DVD, the original hardcore movie where we can show everything. It's uncensored. It's out on
What's
July
on the
11th.
movie?
The Dudesons movie.
No, what is it, though? What's on that?
4 lifelong friends living their crazy and hilarious life at the Arctic Circle with a 600-pound pet pig, Brittany.
Who's actually the looks and the brains of the group.
You guys need an opening act or something, Joe? Phil?
Not right now.
Why isn't his mic working?
Why isn't Joe's?
Why would his mic work?
Sure.
Get him a mic.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Hey,
They're legends, and
There
they're
it
talking
is.
into mics that don't work. That's smart.
hey, that's nothing new.
Well,
We're fine for opening acts right now.
Yeah, all right.
Let's go.
usually when the Dudesons are in studio, mics are not working anymore. We might just lit a fire in here at some point and...
A lit of fire.
Yeah.
All right, they're going to do the darts
That's
now.
actually what happened with our house.
So now
We're
you...
barbecuing indoors.
So which one of these stunts hurts the most? The darts to the gut or the rubber band trick?
I hate the rubber band trick because it's actually something that whacks you so bad and you can't do anything about it.
And it's not fair to call it the rubber band trick because it's a lot bigger.
It's a giant hickey, you know, on your belly after doing the rubber band stand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an oversized rubber band. Let's just...
All right, let's see what you do with the darts now.
I'm not sure if you're just gonna hit, but I'm still gonna turn my back to you guys.
No, so
How about that way? Yeah, that's good, that way. I would never, ever want to be in the line
do
of
we have
fire
a mic for your
with those darts.
Come closer. I'm not that good of a thrower. Come
Arctic
closer.
AIDS.
Be closer.
All right.
You know,
Yeah,
we are crazy guys.
I see.
First, cover your balls.
All right, you guys ready for the human dartboard, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
It is mounting.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, he throws
Right in his fat stomach.
I think
throws
that's
that
5 points.
He throws that pretty hard.
All right.
The bullseye's the
Another
belly
one.
button.
All right. Second one.
Go already.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, God, he hit him in the chest.
Oh, that's great.
You know you have, like, organs in there?
All right. 1, 2, 3. Oh, man.
Dude, you could have at least gotten somebody who can throw darts.
I'd be really
Gotta
impressed
get it
if he
stick.
did this trick with Magic Johnson first.
1, 2, 3.
You suck.
Too tough belly.
These guys are right.
He completely missed and hit him right in the sternum.
Last try.
Last try. Here we go.
That one's
I
dull.
think we get the idea.
Yeah.
Really, I mean,
Thank you.
That's 5 points. 1 on the chest and 1 on the belly. Here's my dartboard.
yeah, man.
But you lose all the points because of this chest hit.
What's the guys think?
Yeah, the one in his
not a
chest,
thrower.
perhaps he should go to the hospital.
Yeah. Do you guys have any other tricks, or is that
That could
it?
be a heart wound.
I hope
That's
it's
it?
sticking in my bone.
All right.
But, yeah, pull that one out of your chest. I want to see the stream of blood come from your aorta, because that is...
I don't have a blood circle.
Oh.
No blood.
Ah.
Is it bleeding?
He's pulling him out now. Yeah, they're starting to leak a little bit. Very good.
A little bit of gut showing.
You need a more practice.
Well, that's pretty impressive, guys.
Yes.
The Dudesons, right? Dudesons, something like that.
Yeah, .com.
.com?
Check it out.
All right. And it's going to be on Spike TV. Yes, Kenny.
For the last trick, they're going to make themselves disappear.
That old gag is a favorite, Kenny. Gentlemen, thank you so much for stopping in. And
Yeah, we were impressed.
doing what you
Definitely.
do.
It's our pleasure.
We were definitely impressed.
If you want to
Wow.
practice that human dartboard, I see 2 future human dartboards right there.
Oh, ho, 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 is that me?
Wow.
Thank you, sirs. Very, wow. Cool. I don't know what to make of that.
Peace. There they go. They're
There they
right,
go.
though, man. You guys smoke a lot of pot?
No?
Not anymore? You're not allowed to?
Reindeer blood.
What?
We drink reindeer blood.
You drink
Reindeer
reindeer blood?
blood.
We enjoy it.
What does that do? Get back on mic.
Does that give you a buzz?
Do you really drink reindeer blood?
Yeah, that's our favorite drink in Finland. Reindeer blood.
And what does it do?
Kind of like red wine. Kind of like red wine.
I think they got 100 of them.
I can't,
And also, I mean,
Can't
Rudolph
believe
the
that.
Red-Nosed, he tastes pretty good. So every Christmas we eat reindeer. And
Right.
we drink reindeer blood.
Why did I ask him back? Why did I ask him back in here?
We sing the song Rudolph the Red.
I thought I could get another minute out of him.
You know, after you eat the Rudolph and you take a pull, it glows in the dark.
Of course.
Go ahead, go on, leave.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
The Dudesons. The Dudesons. They're a trip, actually.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Anything?
I think I want to go to bed.
Joe's like, I got up for this crap. All right, we got to take a quick break. We're going to talk to Def Leppard next, right?
yes.
See what they're up to, and that's that. It's the ONA virus spreading across America. It's been a weird show today. The Opie and Anthony show. The ONA virus spreading across America. The Dudesons are gone. They have left the building with all their hack jokes.
The audience just calling him the Douchesons. The Dudesons from Unaki.
You think they were trying to impress us with that comedy?
Oh, they were firing him out, too. He would do a joke and then push his chest out.
Those jokes were so incredibly bad. Like, there was no humor in them whatsoever.
No.
It's just get
you
to
can't
these
buy
rubber
talent
bands.
like that.
Huh?
can you? You just can't buy talent like that.
No.
Nah.
You know, I mean,
no.
it's rare that something of that quality comes in and gets stuck to the bottom of your shoe again and again.
I apologize that we bumped you guys for the Dudesons. I mean,
But, you know, I'm out of
we
it.
didn't do that. We didn't do that
I
on
know.
purpose.
I'm insulted.
Actually, we got some tricks we're going to do as well. But we are going to pull our pants down.
Yeah. All the wacky horns.
Wacky horn.
Hey.
No, everyone showed up at the same time, and I was like, maybe these guys,
No,
they.
in fairness, they are a little bit different. I mean, this is your standard 2 guys from a band interview.
That's what I was.
You got 2 guys throwing darts at each other and talking about putting their wedding tackle in mouse traps. There's something not right about that.
This is stupid me. I'm thinking you guys have done a million radio interviews, so maybe they would like to see something a little different before we
I'm
talk
actually
a bit.
glad that I can take that image to my grave.
Yeah. I'm glad we can offer that to you.
The
Wonderful.
oversized rubber band thing was the real deal, though. The mark on his belly was pretty impressive.
Yeah, with big dopey Kenny pulling it back.
Yeah, so we got Joe Elliott and Phil Collin in studio. Def Leppard, of course. They're playing
Yes.
at PNC Arts Center tonight.
Legendary status, you guys, now.
You think so? Huh?
Yeah. You've been around long enough. I mean, still putting out good music, and
Yeah, we've been around for
now
a
you're
quarter of a century.
quarter of a century.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Do you ever think that?
Like that? 25 years sounds better.
When you used to sit there and watch your videos with your swords, man, and chicks in
don't remind
cages.
us.
Oh, we still do that.
Did you used to think like 25 years later?
The swords we don't need reminding of.
The
The swords are a
swords.
bit more like the Dorksons or whatever.
Dude, that was cool, man. Back then, what are you kidding? Everyone loved the Def Leppard videos though back then. There were chicks, and it had all the features.
They only got better, you know, and videos improved in the 80s and the 90s. And in the 80s, the people were still just filming them on.
Yeah, well, the technology just to tape them back then was pretty much what
No one had a real idea. They just said, roll camera, we'll make something happen.
When we first saw the scene where Phil's guitar, when the sword turned into Phil's guitar, I remember thinking, wow, this is like Star Wars. It was that cool. Now it's more like, it's like the porn film where the guy gets his toes cut off, or what you were talking about earlier on.
But we're not embarrassed about it. That's the funny thing.
No, you shouldn't be.
You shouldn't be.
No, we should be. But
No, It totally fit the time.
It did. Right.
It totally fit the time. No one looked at those videos back then and went like, "Oh my God!" Unless you came from the future, and went back and go, "Boy, they're gonna laugh at this." It fit the time perfectly. MTV and stuff. It was such a part of MTV. You would sit around and wait for like one of your guys' videos to come on. There were very few bands that you would wait for their videos to come on, and Def Leppard was absolutely one of them. And you guys had quite a few of them.
Yeah, we had a few. 3, 4.
You ever see the video for Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath? They did like the 70s. It was just Sabbath walking through the woods in like fur coats. It was really
like, what the hell is that about?
Cameras like zooming in and out, and you're like, all right, I guess that was pretty cool.
Nothing.
The Blair Witch Project. There you go.
Yeah,
exactly.
Wow. Nothing was worth before MTV. There was like this. I guess they still made videos, but they didn't know what to do with them. So they used to show up on like Don Kirshner's rock concert.
Promo films,
promo films.
But the bands didn't know what to do either. I remember seeing an old Stones one that was like, hang on a minute, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Everyone.
And every one of them had like the kaleidoscope effect.
Absolutely.
And on bad porn films where you see the girl, wherever she's with the pig or on the mattress, looking to the side of the camera for direction.
Yeah, looking for a little help here.
That's what the guys used to do in the 60s and 70s when they shot videos too. There's a beauty for the Kinks. The Kinks did one for a song called Dead End Street, where they're carrying this coffin out of this little terrace house in England, all wearing top hats and looking like undertakers. And they're just carrying a coffin, and that's all it is. It's just that sped up.
And that's it.
Like somebody came up and said, hey, I've got this great idea for a film, guys. It kind of makes the guitar sword thing look like Star Wars.
That was when it like reached the level where it was like, wow, people, even though it was that, people are going, hey, they're putting some production values in these things. You got chicks, a swords turning into a guitar.
I think it started kicking in at Bo Rap when Queen made Bohemian Rhapsody. They totally kicked it up another gear, Oh,
I remember though watching things like Don Kirshner, and what an awful guy to host a rock show, because he'd just sit there and go, and now I'd like to intro you to Casey and the Sunshine Band.
We don't know who Don Kirshner is, so to us he was cool, because all we ever got were these bootleg tapes of people like Mott the Hoople or Bowie. Think, wow, they've got this show in America, they show these people. I thought Don Kirshner was okay.
That was like the one in a million, though.
People that would show, Bowie or Boston or whoever it was.
Because most of the times you did get like, these one-hit wonders from back in the 70s.
I tell you what, if they started re-showing them, everybody start watching them again.
Probably would.
Just to see
wonder where the hell those are.
I just got sent some in the mail, actually.
Black Oak.
Don Kirshner's rock
concert? Yeah. Someone sent it to me. It was great. I remember watching Kiss when I was a kid. They do like Love 'Em, Leave 'Em off Rock and Roll Over. And I didn't know it was lip sync back then. Like, they sound just like the record.
You ass. There was the other one that, Midnight Special.
Oh, yeah.
Wolfman Jack used to host that one.
Yeah.
And it was another one of those rock and roll shows.
Great voice,
man. You sure did. Everybody, we're going to bring out another band. Yeah, are you? And they had, you guys, though, with the videos, obviously, you lip sync that. Isn't that,
you do?
Had to be rough. You
really?
guys,
it's rough. We just
for the videos. Because you kind of probably feel silly.
No, you get used to it.
Do you?
But you hate it because you're sitting around in a trailer all day. It's a long day.
I don't even mean so much now. Like when you first started doing videos, it must have been a little weird to go, because you didn't lip sync anything.
No, I tell you, when we first started doing videos, you're glad to be lip syncing because you don't want to sing that thing for 12 hours.
Yeah.
By the time you got the final take,
bleeding from the throat.
You had no voice left. Yeah.
On and stuff. But we just shot one for Rock On in this kind of old government facility about an hour north of LA. and it really was like a cross between Lost and The Hills Have Eyes.
And Mad Max, like really
little
weird.
Mad Max
buildings. It was a gateway that you wouldn't look at twice if you were driving down this like canyon road, but it was open, so you're going through this gate, so it looks a little bit like that scene from what's that movie where the professor goes and lives on an island?
Dr. Moreau.
Yeah.
Island
War
of
Games.
Yeah.
War Games.
Oh, Joshua. Boy, were we off.
I was off too.
Yeah. You've got this facility, right, and you drive up this hill and down this hill and through these little streets, and there's just overgrown land, and there's all these old buildings that haven't been used for 40 years, graffiti all over them where skateboard kids have snuck in at night.
Bullet holes everywhere, because it's where gangs would meet up and just...
Yeah,
just
but it kind of smelled funny. It smelled like you could imagine some guy getting dumped back on Sunset Boulevard on a Monday, having been up there with electrodes on his head. And, you know, some guy in a white coat.
Some kind of secret stuff going on, man.
Like, mentally for a weekend.
Yeah.
Just, there were old beds there. And
we have one of those on Long Island.
Facility, weird.
That's cool, creepy.
It's bizarre.
Remember the one on Long Island? The psych...
Pilgrim State Psychiatric
Kings
Center.
Park.
Used to take... There was the one in Kings Park, and then there was Pilgrim State, and...
those were the coolest places to hang out.
Yeah, you used to go driving around,
the buildings are falling apart and stuff. You would, go for a little tour.
You're drinking or taking girls up there, because they'd get scared out of their minds,
this was like...
Tighten up to you on the seat a little bit, you know?
You know, the last scene we shot was this bit where they had this huge wind machine. It was the size of like a jumbo jet's propeller. Well, they don't have propellers, do they? If they did.
we knew what you were talking about, though.
Well, hey, listen, I come from England. They have propellers. And this fan was just blowing dirt and paper at us, and you're going, rock on, and of course the word on... and encourage you to open your mouth.
Right.
So there's like dust and rats and cockroaches and, bits of old people and stuff flying in your mouth. It was pretty sick.
Hey, we got to go to the phones. Rob in New York. Hey, Rob, we're hanging out with Def Leppard. What's up, Rob?
I saw this show on Saturday night at Jones Beach.
Yeah.
The most incredible, phenomenal show I've seen in years. These guys got all the energy of what they had back in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, cool, man.
Isn't that great, man? I mean, because there are so many bands that, still want to do it, can't do it. Don't have, the singer doesn't have the pipes, or, they just don't have the passion for it anymore.
Or they're just going through the motions to get the paycheck. You guys still obviously love what you do.
Absolutely. We paid Rob as well to phone in.
We assumed.
No, we love it. Absolutely. No, it's great. And it's great that someone recognises that.
Did you guys ever stop doing gigs and then start again, or you just...
No, I think that's one of the reasons why we're having a good time right now. We're a real band. We didn't go away and split up and reform. None of that crap. We're actually real, and we've been doing album tours, and I think it's come back and people go...
Yeah, they got a new CD out called
Absolutely.
All new material.
Yeah, we only stopped doing gigs at 11 o'clock, and then we start again the next day.
Yeah. I saw you guys once at, National Coliseum. And it was when you were doing the show in the round.
Oh, right.
And they brought you out in, cases.
Laundry. No, I used to go in a laundry hamper.
Yeah, a laundry hamper. Yeah. It was something. But everybody was kind of like, how are they going to get to the stage? It's like, how are they going to get to the stage? And you'd see, like, a couple of roadies bringing some stuff out. And it's like, dude, I bet they're in the box.
Really?
The box, dude.
And we were, but you'd be amazed. There's another school of thought as well. It's like, man, they've been under that thing since 4 o'clock.
Under the stage. It's like, how did they... Man, there must be a whole city under there.
You know what we did once in Chicago? We had split it up. Me and Rick Savage, our bass player, we would be in one. We got Robert Plant to push it out. he put a baseball cap on and pushed it out, and we're in there going, wow, Robert Plant's pushing us out, and no one knew.
In fairness, he had a big cushion shoved up his shirt, so he'd look like a big fat road.
Yeah.
And the further he got to the stage, and he didn't get recognised, because it was all for money. It's like 10 quid that you won't do it, Robert. It's just 10 quid that I will. And then he gets closer and closer to the stage. He pulls the thing out. Then he takes the hat off and starts preening the hair.
Yeah, the hair comes out
like Robert Plant. Still nobody recognised him.
Wow.
And if they did, they went, it can't possibly.
Yeah, right. That's probably what it is. It's
that
so
roadie
out of
looks like Robert Plant.
Yeah, that roadie, man. Yeah.
So, of course, I had to repay the compliment. About a year later, he was on tour, and I went up to Albany to see him, and he made me go out for a 10-quid bet and do a mic check in front of the entire crowd. So there's 10,000 people in Albany, and I'm going across all the mics going, 1, 2, 1, 2, and nobody noticed.
No one noticed. God damn, how does that make you feel?
They don't expect you. They don't look for you.
You should have just, broken a couple of lines of one of your songs. Yeah, Mike. Wow, that guy. That sounds good.
Let's go to Lonnie in North Carolina. Lonnie, what's up?
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
How's it going?
We got Joe Elliott and Phil Collins in studio. Def Leppard.
Cool. I got a question for him. I was watching this show on VH1 Behind the Music, and I was wanting to know if this story was true that back in the day, they used to, when they had the guitar solos, they'd go underneath the stage and have sex with the groupies.
Every day.
Every day.
All the time.
Do you honestly think they're going to deny that? Even if it wasn't true, of course.
We didn't have to wait for the guitar solos. Like,
And my son, right, he's 16 now. He came up to me and about 2 years ago, he said, Dad, the kids at school said you were on Most Metal Moments. You was having an orgy under the stage and da-da-da. Did you? And I said, well, you were there. I said, you were 2. You were kind of like, do you remember an orgy under the stage? And he's like, well, no, but I was only 2. You know, so he kind of...
Yeah, it gets a little carried away, the
but
rumors.
no, we didn't. The rumors great, but you got to...
Having
we like the rumors and we don't deny them, but
yeah,
not
of course.
true.
Having a 16-year-old son, does he think dad is cool? Because every son doesn't think their dad's really cool. So how does that work?
Well,
if you're a rock
now.
star?
He does now. I mean, right at the moment. About 8 years ago, probably not. But, you know, it just goes around. He likes Korn and System of a Down. But
I remember being backstage in Boston. It was Aerosmith was... it was the Red Hot Chili Peppers were playing, okay? And Dave Navarro was walking around. And what's his name's son from Aerosmith was with his pop. And he's like, Dad, that's Dave Navarro, like freaking out because he's meeting Dave Navarro. And I'm thinking, your father's an Aerosmith. That's a lot cooler than Dave Navarro.
You know what happened, which was really cool, actually? Last year he went to the Ozfest, saw Maiden, Ozzy, all of these guys. And, you know, he sees us all the time. He comes out on tour with us.
Right.
And I said, so how was it then? He said, no, it was okay. I said, that's because your dad's a legendary superstar in a real band. And he goes, well, yeah, you guys are really good, actually. That was the biggest compliment ever.
He finally admitted a little bit, like, all right, Dad, you're cool.
We do our thing. We're one of the only bands I know who actually really sing. We don't use tapes and samples and stuff.
Who's doing that?
Everyone else other than us.
Well, rumor has this controversy with Journey doing that. Is that true?
Well, we've only just done 2 gigs with them so far, so we'll look into that.
It doesn't sound like it.
No, they're actually amazing.
Dean, their drummer, sings and plays as well. So I think what you get is the singer goes off stage, and people that aren't particularly familiar with who does what, here's these high vocals coming out, and the singer's not there,
right?
And they're thinking it's tape, but it's actually pair of binoculars had sorted out, you know, the drummer's singing.
Yeah.
And playing. It's actually pretty amazing.
Aerosmith's got a great keyboard player that does a lot of the harmonies on top of Steven.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's sitting on the side of the stage getting, like, 0 credit. And he's throwing these harmonies way up on top of Steven Tyler.
But again, you know, Steven's a great singer.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But
you know,
the guy's great. Go out there and it's all like...
Well, the thing is, they want it to sound like the record, and Steven sings both parts on all the records.
I know, yeah, so they need somebody else.
Somebody has to do the other part.
Now, if he could do that, though.
What do you think of bands...
At the same time.
What do you think of bands that go on without the lead singer? It's something we talk about from time to time on this show.
Well,
like Journey.
An instrumental band.
Well, hang on, AC/DC did that, don't forget. So
AC/DC did it, and it worked great for them, obviously.
Van Halen, you know, got some mileage out of it, too.
I think, actually, technically, Van Halen were bigger with Sammy than they were with David.
Right.
Commercially more successful,
maybe not in everybody's...
We have this theory that these bands will go on forever without the original members, you know?
It's been happening for years. You can go and see the Drifters or the Four Top in any casino all over the country.
And they have nothing to do with the original...
who once emptied the trash for Leo.
Exactly.
And they get
they become tribute bands.
This is the discussion we have all the time. The Who's down to 2 guys at this point.
So I'm not sure about that. See, it depends if the reasons for doing it. If they're really into it still, like when Sammy joined Van Halen, they still wrote songs. They were still into their thing. So it's still a real band.
Yeah.
If someone's going, well, we need someone to fill in because we want to do some shows and make some cash, then you can see that. It's pretty obvious, you know. But when someone's real about it, Journey sound exactly like they did before, so it's pretty amazing.
I also think it depends if you're a fan or not. I mean, I love The Who, and the fact that there's only 50% of them, it's not Townsend or Daltrey's fault. And if they want to still go out and play Won't Get Fooled Again, and enough people can fill Madison Square Gardens that want to hear it,
then what the hell?
I don't really see a problem in that, you know. But if, like you say, if they're rubbish when you go and they're rubbish constantly for the tour, and it's obvious that it's just a paycheck, then it's wrong.
Yeah.
But if Townsend seriously believes that it's his destiny to play these songs till he drops dead, then God bless him. You know?
It's more Roger Daltrey wants to continue.
How hard is it to replace a lost band member? I mean, you know, it's got to be hard because especially you guys so young when you started, and the camaraderie's there, and you know each other, and then
we left it alone for a year. We didn't even go there, because the grieving mourning period, or whatever you want to call it, and just letting it kind of settle in your mind that what's actually happened and what you're going to have to do to carry on. You're not going to really make a great decision in a month or two. So we finished the Adrenalize album as a 4-piece because we didn't feel comfortable getting somebody else in. It was a year afterwards when we'd all kind of collectively had a time to get over it all, that we thought, okay, it's time to move on. And then you go through the kind of audition period or whatever, but we didn't do that. You see, we definitely come from a different headspace. It's not all about getting the best guy. If we did get the best guy, which we probably did, that wasn't the main focus. Our main focus was taking into consideration, which a lot of bands don't, the 22 hours you're not on stage are way more important. As much as it's important to be on stage.
Oh, that's really interesting. I never thought of it that way.
Sometimes you don't interact at all on stage. It's not because you're not liking each other, because you're just too busy doing your own thing.
Respective jobs.
But for 22 hours a day, when you're not on stage, apart from when you're asleep, you're in each other's pockets. You're going to be in each other's pockets for another decade. You've got things that you have to have in common. So the only ground rules we had were said we'd really prefer somebody British, somebody that knows what soccer is, and somebody that understands Monty Python. And if you've got that,
and if
you're about 90% of the way to being the right guy. And if you can sing, dance, play as well, then it works out fine. And Vivian's talent wasn't in question. The only thing that we weren't sure about is, like, could we live with him for 22 hours a day? 14 years later, I think proof of the pudding is yes.
14.
That's our music. We gotta stop this part of the Opie and Anthony show. You're gonna do the walkover to XM with us?
Hey, we'll do it.
We'll give out some new CDs.
I'm not throwing darts at you.
No problem. The new CD's called Yeah, and Def Leppard's playing the PNC tonight, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Can I have my thumb back now?
It's Def Leppard, Joe Elliott, and Phil Collin. We'll continue with the Opie and Anthony show in moments, exclusively on XM Satellite Radio. How cool is this? We got Def Leppard for the walk today. Whoa, my mic's crapping out. Okay. So this is a little weird. We just kind of walked to the other studio.
That's fine by me.
Yeah, the weather is shitty. And now, don't worry about fucking cursing, my friend. Anything goes.
Let the fucks fly now. All right, let's get out of here.
Like, stop it raining, though.
We can get an umbrella for you if you need.
No. I just thought you might have the power to stop the rain.
Is it raining now?
No, it's all right right now.
I don't know why I asked that as I walked out.
This is just New York for you, wet pavements, huh? It's like
I heard you guys, we should have jumped in your limo, I'm thinking.
We jumped in a limo to come here. We were in it for like a minute. It's like, what's the point?
Yeah, I just found out that let's just put it this way. They could have walked here, but they decided to take their limo.
I bet it's close.
That is a rock star, my friend.
I can't believe we're walking now. Jesus, what's going on?
Yeah, we're normally carried around.
Get the litter.
Boxes like what the Pope's in and stuff,
We could give, Kenny could give you like a piggyback ride or something.
I want to ride from the Dorksons. The Dudesons, sorry.
The Dorksons. I think you had it right the first time. Fucking Dorksons.
We can throw darts at them while they're carrying us.
We should have done something. We should have had strippers carry these guys or do something.
Yeah, you see, strippers carrying us.
That would have been perfect.
I'm hoping one of our buses drives by so we can show these guys that we're famous or something.
Male strippers?
Yeah, male strippers.
I don't be anywhere near some kind of drive-by. You mean a drive-by shooting?
Well, we're hoping one of our buses go by so we can feel real important in front of you.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're on... Oh, there's our name right there in the back of that bus. See?
Yeah, great.
See, we're almost somebody.
It's famous.
That's just as good as, like,
on purpose, you said
50 hit songs and...
Can I come onto your stage and...
That's just like selling 10 million CDs, right?
25 years of hit records.
And we're like, look, we're on the local.
We want to come onto your stage now.
Yeah.
Well, we just did. They were throwing darts at that guy's ass.
We suck.
Don't forget the new Def Leppard CD's called Yeah, all brand new material. That is very cool, and they're playing the PNC Art Center tonight in Jersey. Let's cross.
Yeah.
across this way.
You notice how people just don't even notice anything in New York?
Nobody.
They're
notices.
on their way somewhere and fuck everybody else. And
So did anybody get, like, run over live
strange.
on the radio doing this?
It's a strange.
Oh, we've had some problems here and there, but we've taken care of that, so it won't happen again.
Like what?
Let's just say we had a little confrontation with another radio show once.
there was a choking.
Really? What, like a kind of a standoff against somebody else in the middle of the street? That sounds cool.
It was kind of like if Winger was trying to, mess with you.
yeah. No, I see where you're going, yeah.
And you would, slap him around a little bit and laugh at him and then move on with your gig.
We don't need to laugh at Winger. It was done for us by BBC
Wow.
Head, unfortunately, for those guys.
That guy was a little creepy.
I felt bad for him.
Jeez, the guy in the hat over there.
It's really kind of
He looked like keep your children away from him. Yeah.
All right, hold on a minute.
Wow.
Jimmy's just getting a picture with a
Jimmy's getting a snapshot with a nice,
with a very
lovely young lady.
Lovely lady.
Okay, look.
There it is.
It's funny. 2 fucking rock legends walks by and she asked me for a picture. She has no idea.
I know.
She hears the
Isn't-
replay.
Doesn't that suck?
No, but wait till she hears the replay and realizes she'll feel like the dumb whore that she is.
All right, we're almost at XM here.
That's something you don't see every day. A priest with an iPod. See that? Fantastic.
Yeah, what's on a
What's he
priest
listening to, though?
iPod?
He's probably listening to the sound.
Sabbath on, right?
No, he's probably listening to the sound of kids talking.
Death metal. He's listening to the Running with the Devil. A priest listening to
All right, we're gonna go in here.
All right.
We're gonna continue with Def Leppard in a few minutes, guys. Thanks for doing the walk with us today. Let's hear it for Def Leppard.
guys.
Thanks, man. All right. We'll continue with Phil Collin and of course Joe Elliott, Def Leppard in just a few minutes.
And look. Here we are.
And now we continue the show. We lost Joe Elliott though. He's stuck in an elevator.
That's okay. Wow, the mics work here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't this a stupid job we have where we have to
cool,
like
though.
leave?
And
We have
changed
two
the vernacular.
It's like 2 jobs. I thought by this point in my life I wouldn't need to hold down 2 jobs.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. This is the uncensored version of the Opie and Anthony show. Anything goes, so don't worry about, dropping F-bombs or
There you go.
talking about any kind of blowjobs or anything else that might have happened under a stage or not.
Yeah, we would have had a lot of fun with that pickle story over here today.
Oh, right.
The chick that was scared of pickles.
I heard that while I was in the bathroom.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah,
Wow.
she definitely, that had nothing to do with pickles.
All right, we found Joe Elliott. You should have taken that elevator with us.
Why? Somebody farted in it, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
I was warned.
I tried to.
Disgusting Jimmy Norton.
I tried to, but I couldn't. There's a bunch of chicks on the elevator. That would have been fucking perfect.
Well, you tried to shit yourself.
I really always do on the elevator.
Yeah.
Just send them out thinking.
This was a great example of New Yorkers not looking around
No one cares.
whatsoever.
Yeah, they don't look.
They just don't look. Def Leppard's walking down the sidewalk with us, and they didn't even look.
They're in their own world.
And that has nothing to do with you guys. It's New Yorkers in general. They just are all just, focused straight ahead, and they don't look around them. They don't look at their surroundings.
What's that classic phrase? Hey, excuse me, sir, can you just tell me where the Madison Square Gardens is, or shall I just go fuck myself?
The only time they really looked, or one of the only times they looked, is when we had one girl, Debbie, came in, really hot girl in a bikini, and I was like walking with a leash. She had a leash around her neck, and I was walking her like on a chain. That was then people kind of looked at
And
that.
then people kind of looked.
Yeah.
Most people now, it used to just be people would walk down the street and not really look, but at least they could hear what was going on. Now everyone's got some kind of iPod
weird,
or something. So now they're not even listening, not looking. They're in their own little bubble.
Like the priest we just
Yeah,
saw.
the
That
priest.
was fascinating.
A priest wearing an iPod.
Yeah.
Wow.
Listen to Running with the Devil.
You think that was it?
That was Slipknot. Or something. Sabbath, bloody Sabbath.
Hey, where's that sheet with the Def Leppard stuff? I wanna read something that I thought was amazing about this band. We all know how great they are, but I didn't realize how great you guys are.
Does it say how great we are in the book? What book?
No, just like it was just like some facts.
All right.
Even though we don't go
You sure it didn't say how gay we were?
No.
Okay.
No, great.
We don't go to the fact sheet often, but I was reading and I saw something that was very interesting, but I want to read it word for word. Where is that?
I think the fact that you were reading was interesting.
Well, I'm trying to become
we not have it
smarter.
here?
Huh?
No, it came over.
No.
Well, what it is, our whole crew has to grab everything that was over there and then, reorganize and then get it in front of us. So
Is that Britney?
Yep, that's pre-baby Britney. We got a little. What happened to Christina?
Tackle out, Britney.
Tackle out.
yeah. Why would you wreck that body?
I know.
Oh, she banged that thing up now.
Now she's got lasagna belly.
Yeah.
See Paris Hilton too with the box hanging out. Is that fucking fantastic with the pink dress? Little fat box poking out. There's nothing better than that.
Jimmy likes him a little plump.
Yeah.
He likes them looking like sideways chimps' mouths.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I just brought my breakfast.
I don't know why, though. I don't know why he likes them so puffy.
Just the more the better. It's fucking,
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, just a fucking mess.
What's the other description?
Don't bring in my...
Like a wizard's sleeve.
That's a good one. Oh, man. Don't bring in my blueberries and yogurt in front of Def Leppard.
Yeah, we've got a load of good ones of those for you. If you've had like an Indian meal the night before and you got an ass like a clown's mouth.
Yes, Kenny.
Well, maybe Def Leppard would like a nice smoothie.
Don't bring up the smoothie talk either. We're trying to look cool. We're trying to look like we could actually hang with these guys.
I'd like a smoothie, but keep it on the QT.
Okay.
I'd like
We
one
do
too.
this every day, actually. We do the same.
Do you?
We juice organic vegetables. How's that?
Yeah, rocking.
I was trying to think of clever phrases for parts of the anatomy. That's the other one.
I liked.
How about I left her face like a painter's radio?
Goddamn, who hasn't seen that painter's radio?
Oh, is that great?
That's great.
I don't want to kill the fun, but you guys want a smoothie? Strawberry banana?
I'm good at the moment, thanks. Coffee would be...
You didn't want to.
No, actually, I'm all right. I'm fine.
You want a coffee? A Starbucks?
I want a
Starbucks
coffee.
would be good. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Since we're in New York, I want a coffee.
Coffees, please. And waters. We have no waters for the boys.
Coffees and waters.
We like the big, when you see the big, like, 1970s Earth Mama muff kind of hairy snatch. Always said it looked like Fidel Castro eating a London broil.
You guys need to get a real job.
Never.
Fucking painter's radio is going to make me happy all day.
You guys did mention soccer.
Yeah.
We don't get it.
I know.
Yeah, the U.S. is just like...
Americans.
We know why.
Why?
Because you can't advertise.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It's 45 minutes unbroken play. You can't go, and we'll be right back after these messages because you miss a goal.
It's all about
Wait,
money.
there's no
I
commercials?
think you hit the
No,
nail on
you
the
have
head.
two 45-minute halves.
Right.
And that's what you do. And actually, when the World Cup was hosted in America, they wanted them to use quarters, and they
the
said,
rest of the
well, no,
world wanted.
Oh, yeah, like the rest of the world's going to make concessions.
So they didn't. So there you go. So you answered that question.
Oh, wow. Good point.
Wow. Money. Go figure.
They've been trying to shove soccer down our throats in America for so long. It's just
weird because see the strangest thing. It's a round ball. You guys play with this thing that's like shaped like
yeah. Like a big fat cock.
Tapered.
And you wear helmets and padding and stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
we don't get that either.
But
Because
then
we
again,
play the same game in England called rugby.
Rugby.
But without the hats and the helmets. And if you think that's bad, you should see Australian rules.
yeah, I hear
These
that.
guys tear each other's limbs off.
Out of
They
control.
used to show us Australian rules football on TV. I haven't seen it in a while.
It's amazing.
These guys are nuts.
Yeah.
I thought rugby was crazy, but the Australian rules football, forget it.
You know, then again, for the most part, here in America, during one of our football games, we usually don't burn the stadium down. Usually,
Yeah, I know.
pretty civil. There are some hooligans.
Turkey and South America.
Yeah.
That's where they actually shoot the referee.
Oh yeah, they'll kill people for making a bad
In Colombia,
call.
too, they killed own because the guy scored on his own team, so the guy yelled, own goal! You know, because they're a rational culture. And he shot his, they shot the goal.
Well,
Escobar, his name was. He got shot outside a restaurant when he got back to the back to his country.
Oh, Escobar?
Yeah, because there was so much money that the Colombian mafia had so much money bet on it on the team.
Wow.
They were going to like triple their income for the year if they won one more game, and the guy scored an own goal. So They took him out.
Is everyone's name Escobar?
Anyone who's gotten shot over there.
It's called Escobar.
There's drugs over there,
Smith.
I think.
It means
Is that Smith down there? Yeah. Jones.
Pablo Smith.
All right, let's go to the phones. I'm trying to find this. Whatever.
What do you need, sweetie?
They're getting it for me. Basically, Def Leppard is one of 5 bands to sell 10 million CDs twice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Pyromania and Hysteria. And I know what you're about to say. We're in great company.
That's what I was going to say.
Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, Pink Floyd, Van Halen, and us. That's it, I think.
Isn't that amazing?
No.
No,
Just missed.
A few months yet before they get in there, yeah.
You know what actually amazes me is that the Rolling Stones haven't even done it once. I can't believe that the Stones have never had an album that did 10 million.
That means we're better than them.
Yes.
Isn't that weird?
Better than the Stones.
That's I don't know about that. That's going to be far. I mean,
No.
These guys are
We're better.
legends.
I wonder why that is, though. Like, with the...
Because we're taller than them.
All right. It's a
The
good enough
Stones
reason
are
as
actually
any.
they're all small. The
Little-
Stones are
little
like
guys.
5'3", 5'4".
No, they're not. No, they're not. I think
They're pretty short.
Charlie Watts looks like he might be tall, but...
No, Jagger's
No?
about 5'7". They're about 5'7", 5'8". They're all pretty small.
Yeah.
They're about the size of Phil, which is pretty small.
5'7". No, Mick Jagger's bigger than me. He's like 5'10".
Nah, he's not. He's not. Nah.
Plus they wear big
Maybe
shoes.
his
No, I
shoes.
think they are.
In his shoes.
You know, before they go on tour, they all have to be 140 pounds.
Really?
Apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah,
Look,
which is like
haven't
amazing
watched.
when you think, you know.
Yeah.
So they're really doing it. They're actually really doing it. They
don't know how to climb coconut trees, though.
No.
No.
They know how to climb it. They just don't know how to get back down.
Wow, that was a stupid move. The hell is he thinking?
And they also started pop
Well,
metal.
he wanted to
too,
make
so.
his own pina colada.
Yeah.
You know.
So he's gonna get it from
Just-
scratch and climb up
he's
the tray and
build his own.
Have you guys met anybody that really awed you, I guess, as musicians that you're working with, or that you got to meet at an event that just blew you away?
Well, I suppose we'd be in awe of people that we grew up listening to more than anything else. But then you meet them and they just become like normal, like Queen. We met Brian May and he ended up joining the band almost. He's been on stage with us like 7 times, you know.
So after a while, you're like, Jesus, can anyone get Brian to leave?
I know, he's got his own dressing room and everything.
Trying to do a gig here.
I met Keith and I was a little awestruck.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How about
That's
Mick?
gotta be a
Mick?
big one.
Well, we met Mick in different circumstances. He was in a studio next door to us when we were doing Hysteria. And he was... You know, we'd see him in the canteen like every day, and he'd be borrowing our newspaper and inviting.
Was he doing his solo album back
Yeah,
then?
he was doing "She's the Boss."
Oh yeah, you guys had the better album there.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Sold a few more.
Not even close.
How about McCartney? Have you met McCartney?
No. Met his band. We know his band pretty well. And I went to see them at the in Anaheim and Staples Center. Is it? Yeah.
In LA.
Last year. And it was incredible, absolutely incredible. Saw the Stones at the Hollywood Bowl as well.
Right.
And they were, again, they still got it. I mean, Jagger's 62 and he moves
That's
around
amazing,
more than
isn't it?
We saw him
people
last
half his
year,
age.
and it was unbelievable. He's absolutely still doing
Yeah,
it.
he's an amazing kid.
They're great. You know, the Stones, we love the Stones. They're just, you know.
What was
they're
your
the
first?
Stones.
What was your first concert you went to?
Sesame Street.
Deep Purple when I was 14.
No, I just made that up. just to be
I know, it's a good answer, though. 'cause
I was kind of picturing that whole thing like,
We didn't
wow,
have Sesame Street back then,
that's
did we?
got to really be an
Sesame
odd...
Street didn't exist. We had the Muppets.
Yeah.
No, Deep Purple.
Deep Purple's a great
Purple.
first concert. You kidding me?
T-Rex. for me.
T-Rex?
T-Rex in 71.
Yeah.
I was 11.
Wow. That's a good one.
My mum let me go out, but I had to be back by 10. So I stayed till 1:30 and got grounded for a week.
Yeah, 'cause-
I think mine was the Village People. My father took me to... All right, here's a fucking awful moment. My father... This is what you admit in front of the rock stars. My father took me to see the Village People and Sister Sledge.
Oh, wow.
And I enjoyed
The
We Are Family. I tapped my faggoty foot to it. Back in like the mid-70s at one point.
Yeah, but the funny thing is now you listen to those songs on one of these CD collections like, you know, the pure funk or pure disco.
Yeah.
When you're on an overnight bus ride to wherever and that CD comes on, everybody gets up and dances in the corridor and stuff. You know, and
Called the
ABBA
guilty
and stuff.
pleasure, yeah.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, ABBA.
Everybody's got one.
It's like nostalgia, too. You kind of Like,
yeah, age just
brings you back.
takes the corners off everything.
They're great records, though. They really are. They were really good records. That's the thing.
They were well made.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Some of
They
them.
were cool. Yeah, some of them.
Like this bottle is well made. You know?
Heavily produced.
They were functional records.
You were great, by the way, in Don't Blame Me. There's an Ozzy documentary, which is amazing, and Joe's interviewed. Really great stories.
Was I really?
Yeah.
Why, what did I say?
You told a story about how you were on tour with Ozzy, and you looked out, and he was pissing out the window onto the people who were online without even knowing he was doing it.
That was at the Stanley Theatre in Pittsburgh. Yeah, we were opening for Ozzy, 1981, and he came into our dressing room completely out of his tree. And it was about 7:15, and he was like, "All right, boys, do you want anything? You need anything? You all right? You enjoying the tour?" And all this is, he's stumbling on it. He just zipped the trousers down, got his old man out, opened the window, pissed over the fire escape, and there's all the kids queuing up to get in. Funny stuff.
All right, hey, let's go to the phones. People want to talk to you guys from all over the country. George in Colorado, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey, when you guys played here in Colorado, and the video for Pour Some Sugar on Me is evidence of that, from that, I was the security guard down below the stage during that, and I can definitely say that a lot of the rumors of the debauchery are true. I'm curious, does it still go on?
Did you get a blowjob? Is that what you're trying to tell us? That was you, huh?
I am sworn to secrecy for what all I saw down below.
See, these rumours are all great and well and good and everything, and we'd love to kind of confirm every one of them, but how would we perform the songs if we weren't up there on the stage?
Right.
This is the thing, you know.
Yeah, you
it's
don't
like
want to
there's
be
a certain
known
amount
as...
of logic. There was a moment in the set where me and Rick used to do an audience participation bit where the other three guys would go underneath to towel off and have a beer. That's the only possibility of anything like that happening, and it used to last maybe 7 minutes. So it would have to be a real quickie.
Yeah, you don't want to be known as the quick
these guys have got stamina,
be,
you know. Their hips.
It could have been the road crew.
Yeah. See, that's it. If they had beards, it would have been the crew.
The crew always
had
looking to
beards.
grab
It
some.
was the crew.
Let's go to John in Virginia. John, what's up?
John.
Yes. Yeah, that's you.
Boys, hey.
Hey.
Joe, I got to ask you, man, I saw the film, okay? Now, back in the day when you guys first got signed and you were working with that producer and he encouraged you to go higher with your voice, and you did it, and it was so, like, enthralling, and it almost changed the entire sound of the band over. Now, you guys were tight before that, but when you were able to do that and go there with your voice, what was that like for you as a singer when you realized, hey, man, this is it?
It was only a TV show. It wasn't real. They're not real.
Well, it was, you know, it was trying to get a point across that the guy was pushing me harder than I would have pushed myself. But, you know, Mutt, that was what Mutt did. Mutt taught us that there was more to it than what you think you've got. You know, he pushed us harder and harder, which basically also made us go higher and higher. He did the same thing with Brian Johnson. We were just talking about this yesterday. Somebody asked Jonna, you know, how do you hit those high notes? He says, I don't know. He says, but once I hit them once, I have to hit them for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
It's because he wanted to, shove Jonna up into the higher keys, which he never would have done with Bon Scott. But with me, he just wanted to make it more... It's an easier register to mix lower, so you can have the guitars up higher, is basically what it is. But I'm the one that has to put the rubber bands around the old wedding tackle.
He's got a pink, big rubber band.
Yeah. I was going to ask the guy if I could have it, because I saw a good use for that.
Let's go to Tom in Sacramento. Tom, what's up?
Hey, man, what's going on? Joe, I got to ask you, man, and you probably have been asked this before, but what the fuck does Globen mean to start one of your songs?
Wow. Oh, yeah, shit.
It doesn't mean anything. It was Mutt. We were, when we pieced that song together, it was so random, and because we hadn't written the vocals, we didn't know where the guitars were going to come in, because there was no clues. But Mutt had this structure in his mind, so he would do counts into each section, and after a while he got fed up of just going 1, 2, 3, 4 and started making up all these stupid phrases. And when we put the song together, we lifted that one out the middle of the song and just glued it
that's
to the
pretty
front.
cool.
But funny story, some guy in Germany interviewed us once, and he said he translated it, and it meant in German, running through the forest silently. Which it doesn't, but it's great to think that somebody actually thinks somewhere in the world that it actually does, you know.
Right on.
Nah, it's just meaningless dribble.
Let's go to Max in Dallas. Max, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
I had a funny situation happen to me the other day. I got one of their T-shirts. I still have it from the Castle Donington Monsters of Rock back in, I think it was like
86. 86.
Yeah, 86, that's right. And my son was wanting to cut the grass, and he said, can I borrow a T-shirt? So I said, yeah, go ahead. He goes in and puts the goddamn T-shirt on. And I come out and I said, what the hell are you doing? I made him take it off. And he goes, who the hell are these guys anyhow? You like all that old man shit. So I put on the High and Dry album. Now he can't get enough of you guys.
Well, thank you for bringing in the new generation. You know.
Well, you gave him a good hiding, though, for taking your shirt.
Yeah, you guys...
I'm a Manchester United fan, too, by the way.
Oh, well, that's enough of that, then.
You guys got a lot of young people coming to see you still?
Yeah, actually, more so. You know, it's kind of...
That is really cool.
It is really cool.
We saw Kiss recently, and you're not seeing the old...
Not a lot of young people.
Not a lot of young people, man. The girls still trying to squeeze into that spandex that they should have thrown away 10 years ago.
I saw the Stones.
That as well.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you get them all. That's it. You hang around long enough, you get more of everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I first started noticing... I saw the Stones in '89 on their Steel Wheels tour, and I was stood next to a 7-year-old kid who sang every word, and I was like, wow.
That's pretty cool.
I thought, well, this is cool. If this can happen to them, it can happen to us later on, you know. And I think that, back to that now, Jagger was younger then than I am now.
Oh,
and
wow.
that scares me to death.
Yeah.
He was like 44, and I'm 46, you know.
Wow.
There are some bands that just have that longevity, you know. You're able to keep going, and others like...
There's more to it than music, that's why.
Yeah.
It's the least thing that we do in this band is perform.
There was one...
I sing now and again.
Horrible moment at, I believe it was Warrant. Was that the concert with the drummer?
I know. Was it Warren or Winger?
I think it was Warrant.
Yeah.
And they're playing a show, and it's a very small venue, and not many people are there. And they're, going through the motions, and the drummer at one point gets up and throws his sticks out, and you actually heard ding clink clink as they hit the open floor. He overthrew the crowd, and it's like, wow, that's just gotta hurt,
that is
man.
Harsh.
That has gotta hurt.
We've all done it. Luckily, we did it at the start of our career.
Yeah,
not at the end of
at
it.
the beginning. Any band has been through that.
We did a gig once in a place called New Brighton, which is near Liverpool in England, and there was 11 people in, and one of them was a kid doing his homework. He never looked up once from his book. It's like,
that's gotta drive you nuts.
When you're 16, 17, you just think that they're just being rude, so you just pick on them. And
you guys have any Spinal Tap moments?
Every day.
Yeah.
Actually, at least...
give us a real good one.
Well, I had a good one the other night. I walked into a wall as I was walking on stage. Actually, I've got to go to the doctors after. I've got to get MRI after this. Yeah. We were just going on stage at Jones Beach, and the lights go out, and I go, and it's like, ah! So I limp up these steps because I have to look cool at the beginning of the show and everything because I started the guitar riff off. And this knee, I got off stage and I couldn't walk. So every night something like that happens. I mean,
yeah. God damn, that's rough.
Every day.
There's always something goes wrong. A mic breaks down, or we don't have the pods to get trapped in.
Yeah, the pods.
But we did once.
We had similar. We've had all sorts
we had
of stuff.
them triangles come out, and we were like on stage, and we'd heard about this thing, and we're like, fuck. This triangle come out the ceiling, and it was the Stonehenge thing. It was exactly that. And then we had to jump off them, and they were all wobbly, and it's like, oh man. And so we stopped using it after. But there's always something.
I mean, everybody has it. Even the coolest bands in the world. I saw U2 get stuck in their lemon once.
That's a true story. Yeah, the lemon wouldn't open up.
What about the Pyro when he used to? Pyro Pete, who used to do our pyrotechnics. You'd lose eyebrows and all sorts of stuff. It just obviously can't do that stuff anymore. Not like that, but this was like
there was so much of it.
Well, especially
all
the
over
last
the
night
stage,
of the tour,
you had to know where to be.
And the last night of the tour, he'd have like, I've got like a gallon and a half of this stuff left over. Let's put it all in.
Yeah, I've really packed them up tonight, guys. So stay clear when
like a marshal flying over the back, the back row of the audience. It's very odd.
Steve Clark fell down a trap door that we had lasers. This is in '87, and he went, whoa! and over he went, and his guitar, his Les Paul, just landed and stopped him falling on all this glass laser stuff. So, yeah.
I love the Spinal Tap moments.
It's brilliant.
I love them.
Great, man.
Let's go to George in Chicago. George, what's up?
Hey, guys, I got a question for Def Leppard. Yeah, I saw this documentary that came out last year, Made in Sheffield, and it sort of talks about Sheffield, England music scene in the late 70s, early 80s. And they mentioned that you guys sort of, came up around the same times, like Human League and ABC and a lot of those kind of bands. I was just wondering if you'd talk a little bit about your days in Sheffield and if you kind of associated with those people or you kind of made your own path.
Well, musically, obviously, we were the odd ones out because Sheffield in the late 70s, early 80s was kind of a little bit like the Beatles were, Merseyside in Liverpool, the Mersey Sound or whatever, in 62, 63. There was a lot of bands coming out. They didn't all sound like the Beatles, but for a little while, Liverpool was the hub of the British music industry. And then it moved back to London as normal, and then it just kind of, it happens. Like Seattle became the big thing in the late 80s. But Sheffield had this little period of about a year where there was us, the Human League, Heaven 17, ABC, Thompson Twins. They all came from within about 12 miles of each other. And we were the odd ones out musically, but I used to see these guys all the time. And I used to be stood next to... Hang on one second.
Ooh.
Hello? Yeah.
When the Saints come marching in.
Yeah. No, I said, I'll leave it in a brown envelope behind the toilet. Leave the merchandise. Yeah, right. Okay, thanks. Bye. Sorry about that.
Very important call. Yeah.
There was a record shop just down the road from where I used to live, and Phil Oakey from the Human League used to be in there. And many times I'd be stood next to him, we'd be going through the racks, and like, hey, how you doing? And he had his hair short to one side and really long.
Yeah, the new wave styles.
Yeah. And we'd just be buying the same records, though. He was looking for some old Bowie, and I was looking for some old Bowie. It's weird. We both grew up on the same thing, but we forked off.
Such different directions, man. Really.
We forked off.
Thank God for you guys, because you probably could have, easily went with the new wave
No,
thing.
we couldn't.
I'm talking when you first started, before you really found your voice and found what the band was.
We were always going to be a rock band.
That's cool because you guys survived the new wave thing, and then obviously you survived the grunge thing. A lot of bands from your era, as soon as grunge hit, they were gone. Kurt Cobain wiped everybody out, but you guys continued after that. Even.
But that's why we're still here, though. You see, that's the whole thing. I mean, like you saying about the Warren Winger thing, all of those bands stopped because of grunge, and. That's why they're throwing their sticks out and no one's catching them, I mean, literally.
It was also, like, they were the tail end of that whole genre of music. Yeah, you guys were, like,
we started
there at the beginning.
There were a lot of A&R men all over the country said, sign me a band that sounds like Def Leppard, which is what happened, which is why Kurt Cobain
you started the pop metal thing.
I seriously have said it many times. I think Kurt Cobain tried to kill everybody that sounded like Def Leppard because there were too many of us. If there had only been us, he would have been fine with it. But there was so many other bands trying to sound like us that it flooded the market.
Yeah, right.
But going back to your earlier point, it doesn't matter the kind of music that the Thompson Twins made or ABC or the Human League. These guys are actually okay people. And that's why you'll never see those guys trashing us in the press and vice versa, because we actually used to have a drink with them and talk to them and just say, how's it going? Oh, yeah, we've got a gig over here. Oh, yeah, we're playing there next week. And
are they still doing it? Are they
still... just had short hair, we had long hair. You know?
Are they still doing it?
Yeah, I think so. I think
some of them are,
yeah.
Whose idea was the big sounding chant vocal that just everyone started doing
Mutt Lange, our producer, had a lot to do with that. But, we were always big fans of Queen. And they done that. And what Mutt did when he got hold of Def Leppard was like, well, let's do that, but make it more.
Yeah.
And that was his whole thing.
Because that's such a signature sound.
It really is.
It is, but there's little hints. I mean, the music that on the new album, the songs that we've covered on the new album, a lot of those songs influenced the way that we ended up writing songs. And you listen to bands like Slade, who never really took off in the States. But Slade, with songs like... You'll be familiar with Slade through Quiet Riot. With Come On Feel the Noise and Mama We're All Crazy Now were Slade songs. They had these big, what we used to call soccer terrace chant choruses.
Right, okay.
And as much as they didn't do them in comparison, they don't sound as good. But back then, they were anthemic and they were large and they made a lot of sense in 1973 to a 12-year-old kid. You know, it's like they were just big, you know.
Yeah.
And a lot of bands that did choruses like that influenced the way that we did things. He made them more musical. You know, the Slade guys, they just stick loads of reverb on them, and what Mutt made us do was like just multi-track. So the chorus of Rock of Ages is like maybe 400 voices, which is the four of us multi-tracked 100 times.
But the big difference with us and like bands that done big vocals, like you say Styx and REO Speedwagon and stuff like that, where that wasn't rock and roll. Ours was coming from a different place,
right?
And we were screaming it and like losing it. We was like hurting our throats doing it.
Yeah.
So it had a different, totally different vibe.
We
about
shout.
it.
Yeah. We don't sing. Pour some sugar on me.
Yeah.
It's pour some sugar on me. And that's how you put it. That's how you do it. You know,
I was doing it the other way.
Well, you're doing it backing wrong. It's Jagger. It's take Jagger and make Jagger into a backing vocal.
They only have a couple minutes because Phil's got a doctor's appointment.
I have my knee, my spinal tap moment.
For your, let's say hi to Doug in Jersey. Doug.
Wall.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, Doug.
Hey.
Hey, man.
I just wanted to call up and thank you guys because back in '96 when I got married, we were lucky enough to be able to get an invitation to you through a soccer game that you played with some radio guys from Philly, and you guys were nice enough to write a little paragraph and tell us you were going to be on tour in England and all sign it. And I always thought that was really cool.
That is cool.
You know?
Well, we do what we can. Occasionally you get into a situation where somebody gives you just enough fan mail where you can actually respond to it. You know, you get to your dressing room and there'll be 3 envelopes on the coffee table and you open them up. There's some kids, hi, I'm 8 and my mum turned me on to your music, can you sign my CD sleeve? And there's a stamped address envelope inside it.
Yeah.
You can't help but just
How
say,
are
you
you
know what,
not
how cool
gonna
is
do
this?
that?
You sign it and you post
That's
it
easy.
back, you know.
You read emails, like message boards, things like that?
God, no.
No,
you can't.
You don't want to.
Say,
you can't go
it's
away.
torture.
It's terrible.
And I am an idiot. I get on, I read about how bad we are, and this sucks, and what you did sucked, and I respond like an idiot. I'm one of these fucking assholes that
you can't
just
do that. It'll just destroy your life.
It does. It does.
You know what? It's what he always say. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, and they're not all pretty.
Here's the difference. While we're responding to email, they're fucking banging groupies. They're rock stars. We are radio zeros.
Let's go to Pete in Denver.
The sad truth. Thank you, Jim.
Hey, Pete.
Hey guys, how's it going?
What's up?
It's Thrill, my favorite band on my favorite radio show. This is really cool. Hey, I was at the show in '81 where you guys opened for Ozzy. Sorry, Jimmy.
That's great, man.
And it was an absolutely amazing show in Florida, I thought, and it changed rock and roll for me forever because I didn't go to see you guys. I went to see Ozzy, but saw you guys as the opening band, and that was it. Bought High and Dry the next day. I have all your CDs. I've seen you at Red Rocks a couple times here in Colorado and other places, and you're just an amazing live band. But High and Dry is such an amazing album. When you guys played it with Phil in Florida a couple of years ago at a show called Livestock, you came out and you did the whole first side 20 years later. I shit my pants right there. It was a great moment.
Hey, that's cool.
That's nice to hear. Thank you.
That was exactly the effect we were looking for.
I remember that gig, actually. It was great, actually.
I remember Phil said, let's do the first side of High and Dry. Somebody out there will shit their pants.
And there he is.
You know what? It's great when you can finally make somebody's, dreams come true, man.
What was the largest crowd you performed in front of?
1 million people. Well, Live 8,
God
last year.
damn. Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, it was really annoying, though. There's 900,000 of them hidden behind that statue.
Absolutely.
We couldn't see them.
Damn. You can only see 100,000.
Was there really 1 million people out there last year?
Apparently.
God damn.
The biggest crowd we've played to that were our own crowd was, we did 55,000 in San Diego once.
Wow.
We did 55,000 in Germany. We went to Sheffield in '93, our hometown, and did about 45,000 in a brand new stadium there, which was cool.
When you hit the stage under those
70,000
circumstances,
at the Freddie Mercury tribute show,
and you just hear that screaming. Do you still just kind of look at each other and smile like, what the fuck are we doing,
how
man?
wouldn't you? Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, a crowd's a crowd, and we do occasionally. You will do like showcase gigs in a little club. Like we played. Which one did we do in New York in 2002?
China Club.
We did the China Club. You know,
Nice.
it was like maybe 400 people. The guy just phoned in. He's from Denver. We're doing Red Rocks. It's only 7,000. It's sold out as well, by the way, which is great. So
only
I hope he's got a
7,000.
ticket. But you know, it's in comparison to the first night we did in in Camden. There was 20,000 there. We did Jones Beach. That sold out at like 14,000. So it's like half that size, but it doesn't matter. It's you have a service to provide, and certain places they have smaller arenas than others.
Yeah.
You know, we're doing the Gardens, by the way, you guys, in case you want to come and see us.
Yeah, when are you doing the Gardens?
September 15th, I
We'll
think.
absolutely be there.
That's an exclusive. I probably told you something that I wasn't supposed to tell you. But I'm telling you anyway.
They're also in at PNC Bank Arts Center tonight. You might be able to get tickets, you might not, but try tonight. And tomorrow night, Mohegan Sun. You guys are doing a lot of gigs, man. Mohegan Sun sold out. All right, go fuck yourselves. Scranton, Pennsylvania. The Toyota Pavilion, is that sold out too? All right, that's June the 30th. You guys got a shitload. July 1st, Atlantic City, the Borgata. I imagine the event center.
This tour goes on till at least, I think, October, November.
Wow. And anything else you want to say about the new CD? Yeah?
It's great. Buy it.
That'll do it. Enough.
It works.
It's Def Leppard. We got to get these guys
so
out
cool
here.
to have you guys hang out, man.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Pleasure.
You guys are so down to earth. We really appreciate that, man. We get such attitudes at times, and just
go fuck yourself, okay?
There you go. Just knowing you guys good to have, and then walked with us.
We don't get a chance to swear on radio every day.
Really cool.
I feel like a 10-year-old that's just been let out of my bedroom. I found my dad's porn magazines, and I'm jerking off in the bathroom right now.
It's Joe Elliott and Phil Collins from Def Leppard.
I'm jerking off under this table.
Give me a face like a painter's radio. Oh, wait, wrong context.
We'll continue in just a bit.